I want to share with you my journey and how it happened for me and the lessons that I learned. And I promise you this, what separates, again, the achievers from the ones who don't achieve, it's our perception and our response to one thing: failure and how you feel about it. Failure, how you deal with it. Failure, what it does to you. John Maxwell calls it failing forward. If you haven't got his book and read it, read it. Failing forward. Most will fail backwards. They'll take it personal. They'll consider themselves a failure. I didn't consider myself a failure. I just said, well, that didn't work.
Wow, everybody. Jeff Altgilbers, Platinum International Diamond, and you're on For Life Live with your host, Nathan Larsen. You know what? Talking about his speech back at convention. I hope you loved it as much as I did, and I hope you love that we're going to talk about it today. That section right there, probably my favorite one that he had at convention, failing forward. What a concept. I mean, really, is it failing if we learn from it, get better because of it? I don't think it is, but the idea of always failing forward, always learning from what just happened to you, what a concept, what a way to change your life and build your business.
And I finally found the one company, and that was when I heard about David and Lisenby and Bianca, their products. I said, this is the one. I had Dave Daughtry calling me every day, just about every day. I was so upset with my life at the time, and I lost a lot of confidence in network marketing companies because I just did not have a good experience. I was not successful in those other companies. What would make me think that I could be successful in this one? Matter of fact, I was reminded of that by several relatives. Yeah, you failed at all the others. Why would you be good at this? Yeah, those are the dream stealers, right? They rain on your parade. You remember what Dolly Parton said? Country music singer in Tennessee where I live. She said, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain. Well, I wanted that rainbow. I wanted it bad. And so the only obstacle at that time, my dream block, if you will, was I had no money to get started. No money. I was broke by that time. I'd spent a year just living off of what was left from my company, and now I was down to nothing. And I can remember that day after I saw David Lisenby's products, and I was so convinced this is the one. This is it. And I thought, yeah, this is it, but you don't have any money. You can't even afford a distributor kit. And I sat on my porch, and I remember thinking, and when you go through problems like that, you tend to just think about the problem. You know what I mean? What's not right. And I kept thinking about that. I kept thinking, I'm broke, 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 I'm broke. And finally a voice shouted, shut up! We know you're broke! Now let's do something about it! I'm sick and tired of hearing you! One of the biggest dream blocks, my friends, in that case, it was me. It was my negative thinking. That's right. You can become your own worst enemy. You have to watch what you think.
You know what really stuck out to me about that? You think about it. He tells you that he knew that For Life was the one for him. Just like so many of you out there know. I mean, look at it. What a great company we have with the leadership of David and Bianca and Steve too. The best products in the world. The best compensation plan in the world. The best distributors in the world. I mean, it's all right there. But you know what? He had struggles. He had the dream blocks. Why? Because he allowed it to happen to himself. Even though he knew that For Life is the one that happened to him, he had to fight through those dream blocks, including his own negativity. But he did it, and look where he is now.
And after I heard that voice, I said a prayer, and then I looked out in my driveway and saw the only thing that was left from that bankrupt business was a junk truck. The engine didn't start, the tire was flat. I kept the window rolled down for the neighborhood cat so I could show God I was trying to do something good. And it hit me at that time. I said, wow, that's how I'll do it. I'll sell the junk truck, the only thing that I have now, I'll sell it to the junkyard and I'll get started. That's the first lesson we have to learn. If you have a dream, and it's a reality dream, my friend, you have to have a plan of action or it's a fantasy dream. Plan of action. What is your plan of action? You must have a plan or it's a fantasy.
Jeff, you're right. Plan of action. I mean, you think about it. I don't know about you guys, but I get so excited. I just want to start talking to people. I get a vision in my mind, a dream of something I want to do, and I just go for it as fast as I can. But it's so important to take a minute, establish a plan of action. You know the obstacles in front of you. You know what you have to do, but you also know that dream you're working towards, that vision that you have of where you're taking this business. And you got to get a plan of action of how you're going to handle it, how you're going to build your business, and how you're going to help your distributors do the same thing.
Back in the 1920s, there was a group out of Britain that wanted to do something that had not been done, and that is climb Mount Everest. And when that group tried, they failed on their first expedition. Then they failed on their second. It was George Mallory, by the way. You can Google it. George Mallory. Google that story. But on that third expedition, Mallory put together a team, an experienced team, to go back and finally climb that mountain. And you know what happened? An avalanche happened. He was killed. Several members on that team was killed. The survivors went back to England. And they had a banquet for them to honor them. And then on the walls in the banquet hall were the pictures of those who died, George Mallory and some of the other team members. And then there was one large picture, and that was Mount Everest. And one of the surviving team members turned his back to the audience, and he looked at that picture, and he said, "Mount Everest, you defeated us one time, a second time, and a third time, killing several of our team members. One day we are going to beat you because you can't get any bigger, but we will." My friends, your mountain's not going to get any bigger, but you are. You are. You can do this.
I don't know what is your Mount Everest, but we all have them, and we all want to go out there and make it happen. I mean, with For Life, you're just looking at this vision of where you're taking your business, of the financial freedom that you want, whatever your dream is, you know what it's going to be. So what does he mean by get bigger? I'll tell you right now what he means by get bigger. You're going to get more knowledgeable, more experience, more confidence. And that's going to make you bigger. That's going to make you stronger. That's going to make you more powerful. As you go out and you talk to people, you're going to have that confidence that they're going to see your excitement, your enthusiasm, and they're going to want to do what you're doing. They want to be a part of your team. They want to experience what you're talking about. So take Jeff's advice, go out there, knock down those dream blocks, file forward, and live your dreams, everyone. Thank you for joining me on For Life Live.